Okay, it's pretty much 6. Well, it is 6, so I'll get started. Couple announcements. Random pop-up, wholesome. Give me a second. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so next week we'll be going over an intro to Blender, and we'll also be doing a Halloween themed tutorial. We'll be doing a little bit of a pumpkin carving. So have that installed for next week if you're coming. Additionally, the semester jam still ongoing. So if you're interested, make sure to talk to one of us by the end. We'll get you signed up. The theme is money, so whatever you can come up with for the theme by the end of the semester will be great. So Adam's not here for dues today, so you can't. I mean, you could pay them. We'll just have to get them later. But additionally, we have finalized the dates for the game jam. So drum roll, please. November 14th to the 16th is the one that won. So put it into your calendars. That's when the game jam will be. So should be a fun time. I believe location hasn't been finalized yet.
Elling's 308.
Elling's 308, which is usually where it is anyway. So yeah, we'll be there. Quick itinerary for today then. So I'll talk a little bit about like kind of like general character design stuff and like how to build a character. And then also like a little bit into pixel art. And then we're gonna do a little activity at the end. Gonna be kind of a sort of like Jackbox kind of thing. Presenting your characters that you make. So, character design. So, just to start off the bat, what are kind of some like general examples of like good character design in your guys' opinion? I mean, these are like a couple ones I kind of like. Had to include Fire Emblem. I'm guilty of it, but I also think like I just really like how characters are designed Hades. So, but what do you guys think? Or give me some examples. Yeah.
I think Legends in Dungeon has some really good character design.
Sure. Yeah.
I like the Studio Ghibli and whatever style is Shantae.
Sure.
You know what
Okay.
Shantae is?
Yeah. It's like I think it's GBA initially, wasn't it? It's on like the Nintendo stuff. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah.
Anything from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay, can we do video games? Specifically video games.
But there is
yeah.
a JGBA.
Hey, there is.
I'm aware. I'm aware. Yeah.
I think the villagers in Animal Crossing are really good.
They are pretty cute. So.
Enter the Gungeon.
Okay, I do like those a lot. Yeah. So, sweet. Okay, so just some kind of initial things to consider with like character design. So like obviously most of it kind of boils down to like what do you want them to convey. It's kind of like general kind of purpose. So like if they're like say you're making like a hero shooter like Overwatch for example. If you want to make a tank character, you're generally not gonna make them like super small and like kind of skinny or something like that, just because that doesn't really read as a tank. You can if you're trying to subvert it. I'll also preface. Everything I talk about today, you don't have to specifically follow. It's not like a strict rule set. Just know if you are gonna like, break certain like kind of rules and ideas, you ought to know why you're doing it. So, but yeah, like things you want to consider as well when you're making characters is like what kind of role are they filling in your game, either like narratively or mechanically. So like whether or not they have a big story purpose will kind of change how you'd like design them versus like, oh yeah, they're just kind of a random little tutorial guy who you see for 5 minutes. So, so with the story, you'll want to consider kind of like what is your character's background and like how does their story kind of contribute to their design. Generally, I think it's a good practice to kind of have an idea of what you want your character to be before you start on them. Even just like some basic things that like what's their motivation, stuff like that, or like who are they, their hopes and dreams for the future, biggest fears and regrets, strengths and weaknesses. You don't have to have figured all out, but like it kind of helps inspire certain design choices that you make with your characters. So, but okay, I don't know why that's not, oh, there we go, okay. So visual part though. So I'll kind of talk about color theory. I really can't concisely explain it in like an hour, so we'll keep it short, but general idea, okay. So, you probably recognize some of these characters. Anyone want to give some guesses on some of them? Yeah.
Okay, is the The first one is Mario, like Luigi, Peach, and Bowser.
Yep. Yeah,
Is the bottom right Angry Birds?
it is Angry Birds. Yeah. Or do you not have your hand up?
I haven't thought, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then would that be the ghost from Pac-Man?
You got them. So, yeah. So the reason why like a lot of those are pretty recognizable is because like they have distinct color palettes, and like the idea is like, oh yeah, you can easily tell it's Mario because like he has a specific combination of like red and blue. Additionally, like another thing is like contrast. You want to try to have them like distinct from one another. Example that's kind of bad is Fire Emblem. A lot of the characters, not all, but a lot of them all have kind of blue hair and a sword, and that makes it a little bit hard to tell them apart. Unless you've played all of them, but yeah, you generally want to try to keep your characters like a little distinct. You can have like mutual color palettes, but like I think it's generally a good practice to try to have like some kind of distinguishing features between them. So, additionally, color can be used like sometimes generally just to like kind of convey certain emotions or ideas. Like obviously there's a reason why stop signs are red is because it's very bright and eye-catching, and like often can be associated with like, you know, sort of like anger and like stuff like that. And like plenty of other colors also can kind of have different like kind of connotations, and like these aren't like necessarily always the case, or like these don't have to be what you intend it to be, because sometimes you just do it because like you like blue. It's fine. But generally, people can kind of associate these things just because of prior ideas and like things they've seen. So, but yeah, you can generally try to color code your characters if you want them to try to convey a certain idea or give a certain look. Like obviously, if you want someone to look kind of edgy, you'd maybe have them like wear darker colors, stuff like that, or like, you know. If you want them to be super eye-catching, like bright primary colors are also a good example. So. Additionally, you'll want to make sure to try to limit your colors. This is just like a general rule of thumb, because like this is just, there's too much going on. And like you don't really know like what's their kind of main color. I would maybe say purple here, but like it's just kind of too much. And also like if you're gonna be putting that into a game, it's a huge pain in the ass if you're animating it in like any capacity, unless it's a 3D model. But like it just is not super readable either, because like there's only so many backgrounds you could kind of put that against without it like not just being super hard to see. So like generally it'd be better to try to simplify it down. So like Mario, for example, he's kind of mainly red and blue. He's got a little bit of accent colors. Super readable on like most screens. The idea is you don't want your player to be like, what am I looking at? Or like, where is my character? So shape theory is another thing that also kind of goes into character design. A lot of these characters you can probably recognize just from their silhouette. And that's largely because they are made up of like certain defining shapes that kind of like help it make it easier to read. It's also the thing with like posing and stuff, but like getting too technical here. So, but shape is pretty important because like a character with a good character design can be spotted easily like from their silhouette. If you can't tell who it is over there, it's Peter Griffin from Family Guy and Stewie from Family Guy. And like there's certain ways that they're constructed that make them easier to like tell apart. Obviously size is an important thing, but like also like Stewie has this really like distinctive like long head. So, and like it's often a good thing to try to incorporate like different sizes in your characters, stuff like that, because you don't want everyone looking like exactly the same. Just from like a silhouette, you can, but it's again within reason, and make sure that you're kind of doing it with intention. But obviously, like it doesn't literally mean, oh yeah, if you want your character to like look cuter, have them more circular, because that's another thing with shape theory is like. Generally, certain shapes have kind of like certain contexts that you kind of hear them in. Like, anyone ever heard of like the Booba Kiki thing, where it's like, yeah, like it's certain, like you generally, okay, what do you think like Kiki is supposed to be? Do you think it's like sharp or round?
Sharp.
And Booba then would be the round one?
Yes.
So it's kind of like I think it's a psychology thing. It's just kind of tied to like how we kind of perceive these like sounds, because Kiki has like a more sharper kind of sound to it. And so you'd associate it with more like sharper shapes. And like generally like stuff like triangles are a little more like aggressive or like pointed, obviously because 3 sides. But and circles are a lot more rounder. You often see them in like more cute things. So you don't literally need to have your character be in the shape of a circle or like the shape of a triangle. But the idea is you want to try to have it where like a lot of their shape language, so like Bowser, for example, like he's got all these spikes on him. That's what's making him more like triangular rather than him literally being shaped like a triangle. So, and like also I didn't mention it, squares, generally more like sturdy, kind of like consistent, reliable kind of vibe. So, additionally, like another thing aside from shape language is like you can also kind of convey certain things about your character before you even like have them talk or any dialogue, just from like kind of how they like hold themselves. So like Heavy, for example, he's like this big guy, he has a big gun. And you can get a lot more like, like all these characters are technically like soldiers, but like you can visibly tell they're all completely different in their personality. And it's just a matter of like how they kind of pose themselves or like how they walk, stuff like that. Definitely things to consider when you're like thinking of how you want your character to look. Okay, a couple examples then. This is one I did like a couple of years ago. It's like a hot dog wizard, right? And you can kind of get a general impression of their personality based on like the things they're wearing, the like kind of pose they're making, like stuff like that. Like you generally get a more chill vibe. And like, yeah, the color scheme is meant to be more like subdued and relaxed. So another example, previous president of the club, Mitch, his little profile picture is this like kind of shark dude. He's got like this like kind of hunched up kind of posture to kind of look bigger and more intimidating. And yeah. So like, you don't have to perfectly follow like everything I mentioned, but generally like certain things like that can help kind of establish what your character is and like what you want them to be. So, okay, next part, pixel art. So, you can use whatever you want for pixel art. I should preface, like, I'm probably just gonna use like paint.net just because it's like free and easy. But like, these are just a couple like options I list off you can use if you have access to them, or like, again, they're free, so like you can use whatever ones. But obviously they each have their kind of own pros and cons. Kind of up to you to figure out what you like and don't like. I know certain ones like sprite and Piskel have like pretty easy like frame animation as well. So like if you're trying to do more like animation stuff, it's a lot more helpful than like Photoshop, where it has pretty limited like frame animation capabilities. It has them, but like they're kind of shitty. So, but additionally, just some other things with sprites. Generally, you'll want to try to use like multiples of 16. You don't have to; it doesn't really matter, but it scales quite a bit better. Also, one thing. So, a lot of like bad pixel art does this thing where they use like varying like pixel sizes. So the idea is like if you're going like 16 by 16, or actually, I think 32 by 32 is better. If you're having like big blocks of pixels, for example, you can kind of see in here, there's these little smaller ones. They're not the same size. That's called like a mixel, and it's like basically when you just use different resolutions, it looks pretty like tacky, and so it's generally like a bad practice to like utilize. Just because you don't really get as clean of sprite art as like you could otherwise. So just keep that in mind. But there's additionally some other kind of like fundamentals with like kind of construction stuff. I found this graphic on Twitter that actually was like helped illustrate a lot of different like kind of ideas. So like jaggies are like the term kind of used for like these sort of like inconsistent like steps when you're drawing a line, and like if you want to try to have like smoother curves, stuff like that, you'll generally want to have like a consistent amount you're going up by. Doubles are just kind of like when you have like sections that like have more pixels in them than others. Again, you can use these as you please, but like if you're ever wondering like, oh yeah, how could I make this look better? Sometimes it might just be like using these when you might not want to. Orphans are just kind of like when you have straight pixels, and like can look pretty visually distracting. So you'll generally want to kind of avoid those. Sometimes you can have blurring if you have like almost too many colors. A good rule of thumb in pixel art, especially like obviously I kind of mentioned it in character design, but especially in pixel art, you want to try to like keep your like amount of colors as low as you can. Obviously, you can use plenty if you want and if it warrants it, but just know if you don't want it to look blurry, you'll generally want to keep like harsher edges and stuff. Another thing is banding. It's just kind of like, despite having, like, you might have like a low color count image, but like sometimes if you have like slight variations on the edges, it might look a little bit like blurrier. So just keep that in mind. And then also contrast. You'll always want to make sure, pretty much regardless of if you're like doing sprite art or not, to like try to have things like pop from the other colors you're using. There's like, obviously, like you probably heard this in like school and stuff, whereas like complementary colors, those often pop against each other quite well, which is like why Mario, for example, is usually against like a red or green background, because it just makes it really easy to see him. So just be like, basically when you're picking colors, you just want to be careful and like not have things look too similar. Otherwise, you don't want to get things muddied. So, all right, demo time. So I'm gonna pull up some paint.net. If it'll load. I have to use a VM for this because I am on a Mac. But okay, so. Basically get out whatever like kind of digital art software you please. You'll want to make a new document, however that is. Paint.net, you can either go to the file, select, or just click this little paper icon here. And for this case, we'll just do like 32 by 32 because that's kind of like a nice like medium size. As I kind of mentioned earlier, multiples of 16 are often like the better ones to work in just because like they scale a lot better to higher resolutions. You don't necessarily have to, but like you want to probably try to keep your sprite like a consistent amount, size amount. Especially if you're making a game, you'll want to try to have everything be about the same size. So like even if you have like say like a big bush, you might need to have that be multiple like say like 16 by 16 chunks if you're doing it like in 16 by 16 resolution. So. Additionally, the pixels per inch doesn't matter because we're doing pixel art. We're not printing it or anything, so cool. So once you make your file, you'll have a little circle or like little square there, I should say, not circle. I'm going crazy. We'll zoom in here. If you want to like easily move around, most of these software, you can just hold the space bar and then click, and you can move around. Yeah, what's up?
I don't really have that grid active.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, wait, I got
so.
it.
If you want to turn on a pixel grid, which very much encourage you do if you're working in sprite art, you can click up here. It'll look a little different depending on what you're using. Just like a show of hands, are you using paint.net? Okay, a couple of you. Is anyone using like a sprite or like something like that? Okay. Pixel? GIMP? Okay. Yeah, that can work too. It's just, I don't know entirely. I think GIMP's a lot more similar to Photoshop where it's not like, it can do some stuff like that. It's just a little harder. So I think you have to manually set up your like grid stuff, but I mean, it works. So, but yeah. So I'll kind of just go over a couple of the tools real quick, and then after that, we'll kind of just get started on the activity. If I can get this to open up. Okay, whatever. Okay. So first things first. Pencil tool. Almost always is going to be your like 1 pixel like tool to draw with. So we'll just go over here and choose a color. So we'll do like this maroon, right? We'll draw a little dude. Actually, let's make him a little hat dude, for example. There's also the paint bucket tool. You can just use that to easily fill in an area once you've drawn it. There is some like settings here you can mess with. Tolerance, I believe, just like changes how much like outside or like how much it like spreads out kind of. But another important tool to kind of note is the magic wand tool. You can easily just select an area that you're like working on with that. So like in this case, it actually is great. So if we choose like a darker color, let's hold on. So if we choose like a little bit darker of a color, we'll just bump down that a little bit. we can then go into here and we can actually just like draw some like shadows in. So like we'll just go like, and since you have it, like since there's a selection around what you're working on, it won't actually draw outside of that selection. Super convenient. Additionally, there's also like the rectangle select tool, so you can just draw a little area here, and like you can only draw inside of that once you go back to the pen or like pencil tool. So like if I just go like pencil here, can't go past that. So it's like super helpful if you're trying to get like a specific area down. So, but yeah, other than that, there's the paintbrush, kind of similar. This one also is like aliased on the edges, so like it'll be a little less like clean, like hard edges that like you might want for your sprite art. But if you are going for that, it's not so bad. What else? Oh, also layers, important thing. A lot of the time it can be very helpful to like work in layers, especially if like you're working on a very complex image. A lot of the time I suggest just kind of keeping things in one layer because it's a lot faster to just easily change something. And if you like really want to go back and fix it, you can just select it, remove it from the layer you're working on. But yeah, there's a couple other settings here. You can change like the hardness of your brush. So if you want it to be like pretty round or like not, if it's like really soft there like that, you can do that. I guess other than that though, there's like the eraser tool if you accidentally like make some mistakes and stuff. But that's kind of like just quick kind of things you can kind of need to know when like doing some sprite art. So now gonna challenge you guys to make your own. So I'm gonna give you guys, also we're gonna have them fight, kind of, not really. So I'm gonna give you guys 15 minutes to like make a sort of like character. Well, we can probably do like 20 minutes, half an hour. How much time do you guys want? Like 20 minutes? 20 minutes? Okay. So we'll do 20 minutes. We're basically gonna have them like kind of fight like in like that one Jackbox game. So you can do whatever you want, but the main things I want from you guys is some type of like explanation of what the character is. So like maybe a little bit of a backstory or like some kind of like lore or something. I don't really care. Just like something to kind of help build them out. And then additionally, I'd prefer if you do it like some type of pixel art kind of thing. You don't have to, but yeah. And then once you're done with it, in the Discord, you can just send your character in the meeting chat. So, but yeah, you have 20 minutes in this case to work. So, timer starts now. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, what's up?
You know how to change the color?
Yeah, so if you go up here to that color wheel, oh, not quite there. There you go. So you can use that little wheel there, or just select one of those colors down there.
Thank you. And it has to be an original character, I bet?
I'd prefer, yeah, if you keep it an original character. I mean, if like 20 people draw an Among Us, I can't really stop you, but like I'd prefer not. Alternatively, if you draw the most beautiful Among Us in the world, I might make an exception. So are these not? Oh my gosh, my headphones are turned off. Oh. Okay. We'll try to draw a little dude real quick. Oh, my eraser. Oh, wait, that's transparent. Oh, yeah, I'm on the background layer. Yeah, one other thing to note also, a lot of like pixel art software or just like general drawing software does also feature, like with layers, you can have like transparency. So if I turn this layer off, you'll see this is kind of this like checkerboard grid. That's how you like, that's like a general shorthand for showing that there's like something transparent there. So if you like don't want to have like a background on your character or like a big white box surrounding them, you'll generally want to try to have like transparency. So keep that in mind. Yeah, what's up?
Is it meant to do larger resolution?
Yeah, you can do whatever resolution you want. I just had it as 32 by 32 just for quick explaining. So.
Like, dude. Simple design. It could be like.
Okay, I didn't actually.
Dude, come on.
Let's just do it on the PowerPoint slide. Okay. Okay, timer's going off. Stop your pencils, and by this case, I mean your mouse. You'll go into the meeting chat. So.
Oh, I was trying to figure out how for Pascal.
Okay. I'm gonna real quick unplug this, and I'm gonna.
Head slug. He's like really angry, so he just like loves to bash people even though he's small.
Nice. Sweet. I will scale that one a little bit. Slug.
Thank you.
This should be the higher end. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay, I didn't realize you guys actually started sending random stuff. Okay. No. I did say.
I didn't send anything random.
You got me. You got me. Okay. Oh wait, I think I did miss the farmer. Hold on, let me grab that one again. Okay. And then after the slug, we had this one.
Yeah, that's mine. How many of you guys have heard of One More Night or Too Many Nights? No?
I don't think
okay.
so.
FNAF roguelike. I want to try and do my own recreation of it sometime, so this would be a character in that game. His name's Stress, and he would basically attack you if you have too many threats in your office at once.
Nice.
That's cool.
File export stress. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, Cole, do you want to explain yours while I grab this one?
His name's Blobbert.
Blobbert? Wait, no,
Not much more to him than that.
Nice. You have nothing more to Blobbert?
Nope.
Nothing? You can come up with something.
He used to be a Pac-Man, but no one liked him.
That's brutal.
Okay, sure, that works. Okay.
Wait, but did he used to be the Pac-Man or like the ghosts against Pac-Man?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we have slots for, looks like 10 more. Okay, hold on. Actually, I don't want my John Lennon.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Okay, we have really low resolution John Lennon. Oh God. This is actually Bon Jenin, a rejected member of the Beatles. Yeah, nobody likes him very much, so he's currently on Windows instead of my Mac OS. Okay, we'll send very low resolution Bon Jenin. He's specifically low resolution by design, in case anyone was wondering.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Then we. Okay. When I said send random stuff, I meant like stuff if anyone else has like made anything.
Oh, well, I think someone had a photo down at the bottom that was
Toby
something.
Fox.
Okay. This looks sick. Did you make this?
Oh, I was trying to animate that, and so he's not fully colored in yet. It's just some random guy with a spear.
Do you have a name?
Spearman.
Spearman? Bet. Little cat?
His name is Friendly Guy.
Friendly guy?
Friend. Guys, is there a friend inside me?
Okay, sweet. All right.
Goes crazy.
Okay. We have like slots for like 8 more, but like if no one else has anything else, I can just start it too. Okay, I'm just gonna start it.
Awesome.
Okay, we'll put in awesome dog. Fine.
I love how he's looking at the camera like the "Didn't I do it for you?" memes.
Awesome dog. Okay. Submit. Grumpy Bunny. Where? Did I? Oh, is it not gonna like these images? Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, alternative is I quickly speedrun something else. Okay, it doesn't like these for some reason. I need to copy them again.
It might be because it's a private server.
Probably. Well, no, because I've had it where it does work. Oh, it did reset it. Okay. Change of plans. I will make a. I mean, do you guys really care or like? I mean, I can I can just do another Hunger Games site instead. Apologies. I thought that would work. Okay, here we go. I can just upload them, I think. Yeah, I can just drag it, pretty sure, from here. Okay, we have Oh, God. Oh, my God. So much work.
Goodness gracious.
Okay.
One image.
Probably could have just went with this one instead. My bad. Okay.
Yeah, like you go through Hunger Games websites in your free time.
I can't say I do, actually, believe it or not. Okay, I can actually just like add as many as I need, so that makes it a little easier. Okay. Hold on for like 1 more minute. We'll have this going in a second.
Need to get like elevator music in here.
Wait, I
Anyone
already
got
did
any
that
on
one.
standby?
Yeah, someone. Oh yeah, wait, Ben, didn't you post a song the other day?
Yeah.
Blast it on,
Blast it.
or like just blast it from your like laptop speaker.
I don't know how it was.
Lament.ogg. Spooky.
That's
Like way too
Somebody
in.
laughing outside.
That's fine. Ooh. That's my ID.
We know where you live now.
No, you don't.
Alien.
We know where you live.
You're right.
You live
Okay.
in Iowa.
What? Don't tell anyone. Okay. Fish.
We need to put that as an emoji.
Sure.
I mean, whoever wins could be made an emote if that's what you guys want the prize to be. Because low key, I kind of didn't bring a prize today. Nicotine fish emote is insane.
Great emote.
Good emo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slug. Okay. This is a vibe.
It is, yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, wait.
Farmer.
Yeah, farmer, and then I think one more. Okay, apologies for the technical difficulties to get here, but we got it figured out. Oh, and there's animation too. Yeah, we're looking for Bonjen, and he's somewhere. There he is. Okay, he's gonna be very small. Oh wait, I forgot yours, Cole. Yeah, hold on, let me grab that. Bobbert. Sorry, Bobbert. Sorry. Apologies.
Sorry, Robert.
Okay. Did I miss anyone else? Is there anyone who's like hasn't seen theirs up here yet?
Awesome dog.
Oh my gosh, fine. Okay. We'll put in the awesome dog. If awesome dog wins, then it's not getting an emote though, all I'm saying.
That's so evil.
Unless you guys want to, unless you boycott it, then fine, whatever. Okay.
How do we vote?
It's gonna be like the Hunger Games, if you ever have heard that, like, or like read that.
Oh, okay. So like, okay, I get it. Hungry.
I am gonna copy the names real quick. Okay. We're almost there, guys.
The sun.
Yeah, baby, that's what we've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
Okay. Does someone want to send some epic fight music for the Hunger Games simulation?
Guys, we should do the new combat initiation OST from update.
I don't know what that is.
Ultra Kill Roblox.
Okay.
Where do we send the?
I heard Ultra Kill mentioned, so I got that.
Yeah, no, the new final boss music is actually crazy.
Okay.
Grumpy Bunny.
Grumpy Bunny, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This was the old hunter.
Alright, so where do we send the request for music?
Yeah.
Wait.
Do we send it like in the?
I would just send it.
Shit,
in the
okay.
chat, right?
How dare you?
I'm getting rage baited by this. It's
Send it
fine.
in the meeting chat.
Okay.
Yo, Broken Team Fear! Yes!
Okay. I'm just gonna pick whatever random one. Sure. Okay, that's.
What is going on?
I don't. Okay. No music then, I guess. Okay. The Hunger Games has started. So, the old hunter severely injures Eye Guy, but puts her out of her misery. Oh no! Okay. The farmer finds a canteen full of water. The grumpy bunny runs away from the cornucopia. Awesome dog stabs Grumbo in the back with a trident. Valentine finds a bag full of explosives. Stresh takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Robert gathers as much food as they can. Blobbert runs away with a lighter and some rope. Sam and Illy, the slug get into a fight, and Salmon triumphantly kills them both.
Do not underestimate.
Bon Jenin pushes Angry Mole off a cliff during a knife fight, and the son grabs a shovel.
I can just imagine Bon Jenna just being like this teeny tiny ant pushing him off.
Basically. Anyway, the awesome dog now is hunting for other tributes, and Blobbert fishes. Or Blobbert, sorry, fishes. The son scares off the farmer with that shovel I'm assuming they found. Stress falls into a frozen lake and drowns. And while Robert makes a wooden spear. Bon Jenin runs away from Valentine while the old hunter receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Salmon questions their insanity. That's why we don't smoke, guys.
He was so high he killed the
Grumpy Bunny dies trying to escape the arena.
Dang it.
The old hunter strangles Salmon with a rope while Valentine stays awake all night. Robert goes to sleep. Blobbert sets off an explosive, killing the son. The farmer, Bon Jenin, and Awesome Dog get into a fight, and the farmer triumphantly kills them both. This is all of the people who have sadly died during the first day, which was most of them.
Almost everyone.
I don't think so. Blobbert sets off an explosive, killing Robert and the old hunter, while the farmer is pricked by thorns while picking berries.
He's dead.
Oh man.
Valentine just constructs a shack.
I'm just Minecraft.
The farmer and Valentine sleep in shifts. Blobbert receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. And 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Wait, how did the old hunter die?
He got hit by explosive by Blobbert again!
Oh.
Blobbert had 2 bombs!
Happens. Valentine runs away from Blobbert, probably because of those bombs they keep letting off. The farmer is pricked by thorns while picking berries.
I'm so fitting!
The farmer begs for Valentine to kill them. They refuse, keeping the farmer alive. Blobbert sets up camp for the night. No cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Blobbert accidentally steps on a landmine.
Dude, it's a cycle.
I think Blobbert needs to lay off the explosives is all I'm saying.
I think Grumbo died.
The farmer and Valentine get into a fight over raw meat, but Valentine just gives up and runs away. The farmer tries to spear a fish with a trident. Valentine discovers a river. I sense a fight brewing. The farmer kills Valentine with a sickle. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. The games have ended and the farmer is the winner. All right. Well, that was fun, despite taking way longer than it meant to set up. I apologize. So, yeah. Good job, everyone. I thought all of your characters were very fun and looked very cool. So, yeah, just then some quick kind of reminder announcements, and then we can get going, if it'll load. Oh, there we go. What the helly? Okay. Just some reminders. Next week we'll be doing Intro to Blender, as well as a little pumpkin carving contest. So whoever can carve the coolest pumpkin in Blender will have a prize. I will actually have a prize next week. So Semester Jam still ongoing. I encourage everyone to just try making something. And the Game Jam, November 14th. Put it in your calendar. So Elling's, what did you say? What was it?
308.
308, yeah. So the basement of Elling's. So make sure to be there. Anywho, go forth, make games, be awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Are we getting Nick if he pushes an emo?
What?